Hello everyone. Today I want to talk to you about a very critical and important thing or a fad. It's sending your children to tuitions and coaching centers. It has become such a uh, such an integral part of the whole education sector that everyone who's sending their children to the schools is also sending them to some tuitions or coaching classes. And I fail to understand why. Even children who are going to the best of the schools are going to coaching classes. And I want to understand why. Why are we not obsessed about developing better study habits? And why are we so obsessed about marks even at grade 1 and grade 2? I'm sure you must have also seen children as young as 5 or 6 or 7 are going to tuitions. They come back from school 4:30 they go to these tuition centers, which is in their colony, tuition didi or tuition auntie, and then all they do is they write 1 to 100 and fruits name and colors name and cram those things, and then they come back. Do you even realize what injustice you're doing to your children by making them do this, by sending them to tuition centers? You're telling them that they are not responsible for their education or studies. You're telling that you as adult, your tuition teacher and you as a mother are responsible. Because we are never giving them time to reflect, to introspect, to fail, to get not so good marks and then work hard at it again. They waste all day. There is no physical activity. They don't have enough time to for a dedicated sports, which is extremely important at that age. The whole stress at tuition is on cramming and getting good marks. That's about it, by hook or by crook. So by cramming the formula, by ratifying the exam, the patterns that comes in the exam, we just prepare our children to appear for those 1 hour, 2 hour exams or 3 hour exams, and forget that they have a brain which works, and if we let it works better. I have never sent my kids to any tuition or coaching center, and I'm not saying it to boast, but I'm saying I'm sharing it because I never believed in that as a concept. And it's not that I am a subject expert. My child's best subjects are science and maths. I never had science. I mean, beyond 10th, my maths was terrible. But it's not about you being the subject expert. It's about developing an interest in learning as a concept, making them responsible for their own work and study habits. If your child didn't study well, let him score bad marks and let him introspect and reflect and think how he can change it, rather than you taking charge and sending him to a tuition center and let the child feel that now these two people are responsible and they'll tell me what to do. Trust me, no tuition teacher is ever going to develop a reading habits in your children. No tuition teacher is ever going to develop a passion for learning, passion or making them curious. No tuition teacher is going to develop effective study habits. Even if your child score not so good marks in grade 1 or grade 2 or grade 3, in bigger scheme of things, that doesn't matter. What matters is that they learn to have a model, a self, that they become self-taught. They know how their routine works best for them, what is their best time of the day to study, when do they learn best, and how do they learn best. If they have a problem, we have hundreds and thousands of videos on YouTube and hundreds and thousands of other resources. And they're going to school, for God's sake. They can always go and ask those teachers. Don't let them assume that I don't have to now pay attention in the school since I have a tuition. So that's a wrong work and study ethic that you are inculcating in your children from a very young age. And then a lot of parents would feel bad that my child is not really studying. He doesn't know how to study on his own. खुद से तो पढ़ता ही नहीं है. Have you ever discussed with him how marks are not as important as the love for what you do or what you learn? Have you ever been able to be objective about marks and discuss it constructively? Okay, you didn't study well this time, this semester, and these are the marks that you have got. What do you think you're supposed to do next time? I mean, these are the better communication and conversations to have rather than I'm going to send you to the tuition. Have you given them independence to take their own decisions? Why don't you let them be for 1 or 2 semesters, even if they don't do well? Let them play on computer as much. I mean, obviously, you'll first decide, but let them make those calls, take those calls and see how it lands up, how it all adds up. And then have a good conversation with him on making them reflect as to what do you think went wrong here. I would just say develop thinking abilities than cramming or the ability to answer factual questions. Children this young shouldn't be sent to tuitions. You are ruining their childhood. It's better if they score 75% or 70% by studying on their own rather than getting 90 or 95% by going to a tuition. And don't send your grade 7 students to IIT coaching. Let them live a little. Thank you.